Hello everyone, this is Alina Bako. Welcome to Coffee with the Coach. Each Sunday I invite you to join me to drink coffee or your favorite drink together. We will speak about psychology, mindfulness, self development, as well as I will share some of my personal stories and I would like to hear yours. So let's begin. Cheers! In the previous video, I shared my story about the Netherlands and some approaches to building resilience. Today, I would like to take you further along my journey and share my experiences in Canada. The company I had been working with for many years offered me a job with relocation to Toronto. It was quite a surprise. All my life, I had dreamed of moving to America. And basically, Canada is its neighbor, but I had never been there and wasn't fully prepared. I didn't know exactly what to do, but I knew I had to move forward with my life and my career, despite the war in Ukraine and the fear of the unknown. Before the war, I had traveled a lot, mostly across Europe, visiting many countries. But I had always worried about flying far across the ocean. Crossing the ocean to Toronto with my mom and my dog Michelle was both exciting and uncertain. We didn't know what awaited us. I decided to give myself 2 weeks to see how I felt about this new chapter. I remember walking around to Toronto and spotting the sightseeing bus. I told my mom, let's explore the city. By the end of the 2 hour excursion, I said, okay, let's give it a try. And just like that, our adventure in Toronto began. Our experiences in Netherlands, brought on by the war, had already taught me a lot about life and material possessions. We had almost none of our belonging, and it was during that time that my path to minimalism began. I realized that in the end, what truly matters is yourself, the people you love, and of course, my lovely dog. All the material things, the houses people had built in Ukraine, many of which unfortunately destroyed or lost, suddenly seemed insignificant. The lesson was clear. What truly matters are you and your loved ones. Now, put the video on pause and ask yourself, what are the things you are still holding on to but no longer need? What are you holding on to, physically, emotionally, or mentally, that may be keeping you from moving forward? If you lost everything tomorrow, what would you truly miss and what would you not? Toronto continued to teach me new lessons. I was deeply impressed by the city's diversity and by the diversity in my company. So many nationalities, so many backgrounds. It made me realize how big the world is and at the same time how small. At the core, we are all just people, and all we need really is just to respect each other and uphold basic values. I was also captivated by the nature around me in Canada, Niagara Falls, and the many national parks. I met wonderful people everywhere I went, and I learned an important truth. Wherever you go, you bring yourself with you. Kind, genuine people exist everywhere, and it's up to you to find and connect with them. Over time, I created my own network of friends and community around the world, which I decided to name My People Everywhere. The goal is simple to gather from time to time, meet new friends, and share meaningful experiences. Sometimes I also organize coaching sessions or different master classes. So subscribe and don't miss new events. Another thing I loved about Toronto was its proximity to the US, which allowed me to travel to some of my dream destinations: California, New York, Miami. Toronto became a place where I could grow, explore, and connect with the world in meaningful ways. In general, looking back, the move to Toronto was more than just a career opportunity. It was a life changing journey. It taught me resilience, the value of human connections, and of course, it taught me what truly matters in life. It marked the beginning of the new chapter full of different adventure and opportunities. Even if your story is different, unexpected changes, sometimes exciting, sometimes very difficult and challenging, can bring growth and new opportunities. As usual, I invite you to reflect on some questions. Put the video on pause, take a sip of your favorite drink, and reflect. If you approached the unexpected change as a learning adventure, what could you discover about yourself? Who could you become as a result of this experience? How would your new self handle this situation differently than your old self? If fear were not a factor, what would you do right now? Who or what can support you during this transition? How might this unexpected shift hold hidden opportunities? Looking back a year from now, what would you like to have learned or achieved from this unexpected change? Thank you for being with me today. I hope this episode gave you some insights, helped you learn a little more about yourself, and maybe even sparkled new ideas. I will see you next Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any new videos. Wishing you a wonderful Sunday. Cheers! Chin chin!